So there are some movies that are just telling you a story, and then there's movies that remind you why film is its own language. And The Invite was the epitome of that. I don't have the right word for this film, but if there was one word, I would give it filmful. And I know that's not even a word, but this movie was so cinema. It was pure cinema, and it felt like it was made by people who understand what cinema can really do. The film was just so self-aware. The colors, the texture, the rhythm, the camera kept returning to like these familiar angles throughout the film, and not because it was lacking confidence. It just knew what its visual language was, and it established those rules, and then those rules became emotional. About halfway through this film, I realized that I wasn't waiting for a payoff, and it wasn't because the story wasn't building towards one, but because just being with the movie was just rewarding enough. Every scene had its own signature, like the camera shifts with emotion, the pacing changes with the relationships, and just like the smallest moments felt so authored. The screenplay, the script writing, it didn't hand you answers either. It gave you like fragments or like pieces that may or may not be clues. And at some point, you just stop trying to solve the film and you just let yourself experience it. The performances were just remarkable, and there's a point where I found the lead characters just annoying and irritating, and then I realized that I was reacting to a performance honest enough that I was uncomfortable with it. And underneath all of this is what I think every great film carries, and that's lived experiences. And it's not because every event on screen was happening as it was written, but because the emotional truth just can't be fabricated. So, somewhere inside this story, there were like fingerprints of people who made it, and you can feel these memories and these situations just transformed into cinema. It's one of my favorite films of the year.